Somewhere right now, someone is sharing a screenshot of the Earth only being able to support 500 million people. No source, no scientist attached, just a number that sounds official enough to believe in. So what happens to the other 7 billion? Let's really sit with that question today. I'm not trying to scare you, and I'm not trying to feed some conspiracy theory, but thinking through the worst-case scenario tells you something important about power, about who really runs the systems you rely on, and how fragile the story of civilization really is. Somewhere, a group of the most powerful people on the planet decide the rumor is true, and they decide to do something about it. What happens next, really? The notion of the Earth's carrying capacity being precisely 500 million has been around for decades, often attached to a slab of granite in Georgia and a few misquoted think pieces from the 70s and 80s. But real scientists doing carrying capacity studies don't get anywhere near that number. Estimates vary enormously depending on lifestyle and technology, from a couple of billion up towards 10 billion or more. We don't have a hard cap, honestly. What we have is a distribution problem, not a headcount problem. Right now, there is enough food produced on Earth to feed everyone alive. It is logistics, war, poverty, and politics that cause people to go hungry, not that the planet physically cannot provide. So the 500 million is not a scientific fact. It's a rumor with a body count. But let's see how far the people who believe it also happen to hold power. You can't just announce that you are reducing the population by 94% without resistance. Militaries would split. Soldiers have children. It would have to be disguised, hidden in something else. A fake pandemic made to look natural. A human-caused famine due to climate collapse. A plan for a financial collapse so bad most people can't survive. Mass atrocity comes cloaked in the language of necessity, national security, public health. It would take the cooperation of millions in every country, language, and institution, participating in extermination of neighbors, coworkers, and family members. Large-scale atrocities require a huge machinery of propaganda first. You have to convince people the targeted group is less than human or dangerous. Persuading 8 billion people, all cultures, to accept mass extermination is nearly impossible. In a connected world, information leaks within hours. Let's say it happens anyway, hypothetically. Engineered scarcity, disease, conflict, and chaos combine to bring population down to 500 million. Global supply chains collapse entirely because they rely on billions of specialized workers. Power grids require maintenance workers who are no longer there. Hospitals need doctors, nurses, technicians, cleaners, suppliers. You'd have unlivable cities with almost no workforce to keep them going. Farming would revert to something closer to subsistence agriculture. Modern medicine would be ages behind within a single lifetime. It wouldn't be a paradise bequeathed to the people who ran it. They'd have the ruins of the most complicated system humans have ever built. Who the hell gets to be in the 500 million? You are by definition choosing your own family, your own nation, your own allies first. All large-scale social engineering efforts by elites have followed the same pattern. The surviving population would not be a random representative sample of humanity. Most people imagining themselves surviving wouldn't have a guarantee of a seat at that table. Every survivor would carry the memory or knowledge of what happened to the rest. There would be no trust between countries, neighbors, or family members. Trauma is handed down for generations in societies that experience mass atrocity. Imagine that same wound on a planetary scale affecting every country at once. There is no fresh start. Only survival and slow work to keep a broken species from breaking apart. With 500 million people, you could pretty easily feed everyone if farmland and knowledge survived. Pressure on resources like clean water and forests would actually ease in the short term. Big populations produce specialists, inventors, researchers. Shrinking the population by 94% slows human progress for generations. Why does this rumor spread so easily in the first place? Some of it is real anxiety about climate change, resource pressure, inequality. They're legitimate fears. The 500 million number turns a legitimate fear into a myth with a villain. Myths with villains are easier to spread than complicated truths. Saying they're planning to kill most of us gets clicks. Real solutions take longer to explain. There's no credible evidence that this is happening, and logistics make it almost impossible. Concentrated power without accountability is really dangerous. History has shown large-scale atrocities committed by regimes convinced they were solving a problem. That risk is real and worth being alert to in smaller, realistic forms. The real problems behind the anxiety are solvable through better policy, distribution, and governance. We are not too many people on the planet. It's a strain because too few control too much of what the rest need to survive. That's a very different problem, and one we can actually do something about. Turn that fear into something useful. Ask who benefits from you thinking there are too many people for you to have a future. Ask why the solution you're sold is always removal of people, not repair of systems. Ask yourself if the number is supported by any actual evidence, because it isn't. We are not too many. The world is not coming to an end. It's a strain because systems managing what we have are broken in specific fixable ways. Stay alert. Stay aware. Don't let fear think for you.